They were huge, and they'd come into our house and it was crazy. It was like, start the party, and we would just observe, as children, these enormous personalities.
They made a lot of films together. Why is it, do you think, that that John Ford didn't work with Harry Carey later?
Nobody really knows what happened there. They definitely had a split, but they both kept it private. I don't know. I'm not sure. Ollie didn't know, my grandmother.
I know she was in the greatest John Wayne movie ever made, along with your dad. She played his mother in The Searchers.
Yeah. I just watched that with my grandson, and it's still so sentimental. As soon as that music starts, I just...
Everything
it's
about
beautiful.
It works,
yeah, and the tribute to Harry with Ethan does.
It's magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a beautiful movie.
How did your grandson like it?
Oh, he loved it.
Yeah. Did you tell him?
Yeah, he's a film buff.
So he understandes what a Western is. I know that younger generation,
true.
they don't know.
No, yeah, he does.
When I grew up, it was because of Spin and Marty and all these Westerns, we played cowboys all the time outside. Did you do that as a girl, or?
Oh yeah, in fact, my mother got really upset one day because my friend and I were playing cowboys, but we were the horses. And we were lapping water out of the driveway. We were in character.
Method acting, sure.
Yeah, and it was, like polio scare was going on. It was, oh God, they had a fit. What are you doing? We're horses.
Your mom was so funny, though, and just such a great laugh. Both your parents were special. And
the hospitality they shared with so many people. I'm sure some of you here spent time around their kitchen table, It was always available, their house, just come, knock on the door, come on in.
Did you visit them up in Colorado, too?
Oh, a lot, yeah.
Wasn't that beautiful
Durango.
Up there? What a special place that was.
Yeah, it was a blast. They had a good time up there.
Yeah, they did, and we all had a good time visiting them.
I loved seeing that picture of you and Laura up there. That was so sweet.
We were so thin.
I know.
No, that was great. It was a lot of fun. And then with Ben Johnson, because Ben and Dobe were so close together, did you spend any time with Ben too? Well,
I mean, when he was in town, he would come over for sure, and they loved each other so much. When Ben died, I'd never seen my father so broken up. It really, really got him. Although he used to tease about Ben, because Ben would exaggerate slightly, or change circumstances to make it a good story. And my dad would go, "It did not happen that way."
Well, he put the record straight with his book, A Company of Heroes. What a fabulous book that is. It's almost as if he's telling you those stories, and you can hear his voice.
You can hear his voice in that book.
Yeah,
he was such a good storyteller.
He really, and the retention, how did he remember all of that?
Oh, I know.
Too?
And his sister, Cappy, is still alive. She's 93. Same way. She remembers everything.
With the book, was that a laborious process, or did he write it out in longhand? How did that?
I remember it was a real labor of love between and also discord between my mother and father, because Daddy would write it out on a yellow pad, and then she would enter it into the computer. She was good on that, and she would edit it along the way, And then he'd read it, and say, "What the hell happened to the blah blah blah?" And it didn't work there, But they did it. I mean, word by word by word, they cooperated on that book, and we have all the notes and all of Mommy's little edits. Move this here, take it, put it on page blah blah blah.
And I know he was talking about a sequel, another book.
I would call them more essays. Like, he's done some wonderful long-form essays on Howard Hawks and Henry Hathaway and Trader Horn.
I loved Traderhorn with
Yeah.
Edwina Booth running around topless.
Yeah.
That was great stuff.
Yeah.
For a little kid watching that.
Yeah.
Even as an adult, I guess. But no, your grandfather was blackballed because of that film, and then ended up making cereals at Mascot.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Because I guess Edwina got sick. And he stood on her side against the studios, and that ixnayed him. She did live. She apparently lived in Pasadena until she was pretty old, but she became a recluse.
Mm-hmm. And also it was the transition from silent to talkies, and they had started it
Right.
as a silent film.
Right.
And he wanted to be paid again, leveraging it as
Yeah.
another movie, and they really needed him, and it really upset Louis B. Mayer. So he got blackballed, and the next thing you know, he's in The Vanishing Legion and doing Mascot cereals.
I know.
Which, that's what I know him from, really.
Oh, that's
because the
interesting.
silent movies, we never saw. Most of them were destroyed.
Are you hurt badly?
Planned the attack against me.
I planned the attack against you?
Jimmy heard and told me that you phoned in a disguised voice.
I thought that if you wouldn't take advice, I might frighten you away.
The Mascot serials as a little kid, Captain Mac's Adventure Trail, he'd run a chapter every night in a Crusader Rabbit cartoon.
Yeah, Crusader
some
Rabbit.
great stuff. But those were good. And that's how I learned initially as a small child about John Wayne.
Yeah.
Because of the 3 serials that he had done at Mascot. The Three Musketeers and Hurricane Express. Shadow of the Eagle, yes. The best was the Three Musketeers, though. I think it was the Foreign Legion and Noah Berry Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, did you ever meet him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pidge.
Pidge.
What do you remember about him?
You know, these characters like Ward Bond and Noah Berry
Ward
Jr.
Bond, I need to ask about Ward Bond.
All
yes.
these people, they were huge, you know, and they'd come into our house and it was crazy. You know, it was like, start the party, you know. And we would just observe, you know, as children, these enormous personalities, you know. Our own family had enormous personalities, and then you add it in, you know.
It sounds like a lot of laughter.
It was.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In the 70s, Westerns were kind of out. I don't know what was happening in the studios and casting people. I'm not sure exactly, but there was a seismic shift, and also the Vietnam War was going on, and Duke was, you know, doing his thing, and people aligned my father, you know, more with that, and he would go in and, you know, looking for a job, and he even had somebody, casting person, ask if he could ride a horse. Yeah, and so he just left, you know. So it was weird. I mean, he didn't get work, and so when it would come along, he took it.
Do you have any special thoughts about your dad that you want to share?
You know, I think my dad, who he was on the screen is who he was in private. You know, a very accessible, warm, a bit complicated. He was just one of the most wonderful fathers I can't imagine. You know, he had so much love, and he extended that out. He extended it out to the kids in our neighborhood. I mean, the Carey house was just a madhouse of 4 kids and all of our friends. And I would say hospitality is the thing about my parents that really stands out. Yeah.
Well, he was special, and so was your mom.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Isn't that easy? Hi, I'm Rob Word, and I'm so glad you joined us today to watch this episode of A Word on Westerns. We have over 250 episodes up, and we've made them for people like you and for me who love Westerns. We're the only regularly scheduled talk show devoted to Westerns. And I want you to watch, comment, and share these episodes if you like them. All you have to do is go to this page right here, click on that, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.